Hey guys, Anime E here, and welcome to What If Deku Was Duality Part 3. One thing, there will be manga spoilers about One For All in this video. If you don't understand, you will later. And yes, I have done this before. I think it was in my Koro Sensei series that he unlocked another quirk. Or it was one of the series. Anyway, with that, let's jump right into the video. Alright, so Deku walks into Gran Torino's place and sort of freaks out. Hisashi then takes control to let Deku calm down and sit in the back of his mind. And while Hisashi is checking Gran Torino out, he realizes that he is faking, and Gran Torino starts the fight. Now Hisashi, since they do have full Cal already, are able to wipe the floor with Gran Torino. And Gran Torino is very surprised to see that not only can Deku use full Cal, but he can use a lot of it. So Hisashi then takes control, leaving Deku out of the conversation, and he starts the real reason for why they chose him. And he asks a question. He asks Gran Torino if he can ask some questions and if he can help them out with something. Gran Torino says yes, anything. And Hisashi asks, since One For All works by passing through people and gets stronger each time it's passed, wouldn't that mean that there are extra quirks from previous One For All users, or at least remnants of their quirks? Now, Gran Torino sort of looks at the floor, a little bit embarrassed, but more scared / surprised than anything. And he says, yes, that would be how it works, so there might be some quirks from previous users still left in there. Now, Hisashi smiles and then asks his next question. Do you know how we can unlock these previous quirks? Now, Gran Torino answers with no, he doesn't, and he tells him to trust him, me, and Toshinero, also known as All Might's real name, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, have tried it. So Hisashi and Deku get a little bit upset that they can't figure out how to get those extra quirks, but they understand that this is something that they will have to look into later. So Hisashi then asks Gran Torino to help him with something, and Gran Torino says anything. And he asks Gran Torino to help stabilize their fusion form, and Gran Torino accepts. Now, over the next few days, they were able to completely stabilize the fusion, but keyword here, stabilize, not perfect. So basically, now it's not going to cost as much stamina, and it's not going to be so much of a drain on their body, and they won't just randomly unfuse at weird intervals. So basically, they can control the fusion now. However, it still is very draining on the body. So they can't control that yet, but they have completely stabilized it. There's no more losing themselves in the fusion, nothing of that matter. So, skipping forward to Stain versus Izuku. So, just like in canon, Deku ignores Gran Torino and heads straight to Stain. He finds him and lets Hisashi take control, in which Hisashi takes Ida and dips. So, when they got Ida out, because they do know that they will get in trouble, when he heads back, he signals Todoroki right before he leaves to tell him to come here, and they both arrive at the same time back at the place. Now, he tells Todoroki to get the bleeding man on the ground, and he'll take on Stain. Now, Stain is able to stop Todoroki, but Hisashi sort of looks at him and tells him, look, I don't want to hurt you, but we need to grab that guy and get him to the hospital. So stay out of my way or else. So Stain, hearing this, is sort of moved, because he thinks that he's a real hero, just like others. But at the same time, he can't just let them get away with this, so he starts swinging his sword. Now Hisashi then answers with, great, now I'm going to get in trouble. Eh, what the fuck do I care? So Hisashi starts fighting, and he is completely overpowering Stain. Remember, they were able to win against Stain with barely any full Cal and Todoroki. So imagine if he had over 4 times the amount. Yeah. So he's completely overpowering Stain. And by the time Todoroki's able to get the man to safety and arrives back, Stain is completely knocked out. Well, not completely. Stain's able to get... Hisashi thinks he's knocked out and starts carrying him, but he's able to stab, but Stain is able to get a quick stab into Hisashi's back. And before Stain can lick the blood, Hisashi answers with, you're going to regret that, and pulls a 40% full Callan kick right to Stain's nuts. Yeah, Hisashi's a dirty fighter. So, of course, Stain pretty much dies from that kick, or at least knocks out. And they're able to drag him to Endeavor and then get out without revealing their presence. So this way they get away scot-free. No one ever knows that they beat him up since they were never seen near Stain. And Endeavor gets all the credit for it. Alright, moving on to the final exams art. Yes, I know this is going fast. My bad. Just nothing really happens. Alright, so everything goes the same as in canon until Deku and Bakugo versus All Might. Yeah, just that fight. Now, Bakugo isn't listening to Deku, but this time when Bakugo starts to talk shit, Deku pulls him, sending him flying a few feet. He then goes over to Bakugo, grabs his shirt collar, and threatens him with, "Listen, idiot, we're up against the #1 hero, and I have a plan to get us to succeed. Now follow my instructions or else I might break some bones. Understand?" Now Bakugo accepts and starts listening since he doesn't want to die again. And the minute they walk into the ring, Deku starts the plan and gets Hisashi in control. Now once done, Hisashi grabs Bakugo and jumps up as high as he can using full cal. He then launches Bakugo using as much full cal as possible. And All Might's still more in the center of this, so he's overhead seeing Bakugo flying towards him. Well, more like over him, and he realizes that he's trying to launch him to the escape gate. So All Might jumps up and is able to smack Bakugo down to the ground. Now, Hisashi is following right behind Bakugo and sees Bakugo get slammed to the ground, and he takes on All Might. Now, he tells Bakugo to keep running towards the exit, and he'll hold off All Might. Now, Bakugo starts running and actually gets past him, but All Might mumbles, "I'm sorry," and he Detroit smashes Deku back a couple feet. Now he flies towards Bakugo using all for one, and he's able to knock Bakugo back to the ground. Now both of them very damaged. Both of them are very damaged, and Deku decides that this isn't working, so he activates full cal and rushes towards All Might at full speed, landing a double full cal kick right to All Might's stomach, launching him back a while, pretty much putting him, I say, halfway to the entrance. So they start rushing back to the exit gate, and Deku asks Bakugo to launch one of his biggest explosions, propelling him towards the gate. Bakugo responds, and my bad, guys. Wind is bad right now. And then Deku fires a Delaware Smash to Bakugo's back. This sends Bakugo flying almost towards the exit gate. However, All Might is able to use a Texas Smash to knock off the direction of Bakugo, sending him flying into a building near the escape gate. Deku sees this and immediately starts rushing for All Might to try to stop him while Bakugo tries to recover. Now, Deku fuses with Hisashi again just to make sure they have a chance of fighting him, and they go to town. Now, they're pretty much landing blow for blow on each other. However, All Might's able to get the jump because he does have more experience with One for All and is able to smash Deku into another wall. However, this one is a pretty far distance away. So All Might starts jumping towards Bakugo, who is almost at the escape gate, but not quite. So Bakugo decides to sort of fight back, but not really. What he does is he fires an explosion, one of his AP shots, the one where he can direct it. He starts firing those at All Might's body. More specifically, he tries to fire them at his eyes, and one actually hits his face, knocking him off balance. Now, Bakugo starts rushing towards the exit, and they get it. And they're able to pass. Now, All Might is extremely impressed with Deku and Bakugo's performance, and are very hopeful for the future. Alright, on to the quirk training arc. I know I'm skipping just every arc, but I'm sorry guys, there's really nothing that happens in between arcs. Alright, everything is the same as in canon until the first dinner. When Deku meets Koda goes, for the balls just like in canon. However, Koda ends up getting his own balls kicked by Hisashi, who then yells in his darkest voice, "Do that again and you'll regret it." Now, this scares Koda beyond straight, and he runs off crying. Now, everybody looks at Deku with the "you got some explaining to do," and "what the fuck was that" look. Now, remember, the only people that know the full truth about him, are Aizawa, Gran Torino, All Might, Sue, and Tokoyami. And Todoroki knows most of it, but he left out, well, nobody really knows the full truth because nobody knows about the human experiments part. So I guess nobody, but yeah, those are the names I do know everything except for that part. Everyone else is left in the dark. So Deku just tells him that his anger sort of seeped through since Koda made him mad, and it's pretty hard to control it. Now everyone goes along with it, but they don't really believe what he's saying. Now the next day, when they do the training, Tiger, just like in canon, asks for someone with a strength augmenting quirk, and Deku steps up and fuses with Hizashi just to be on the safe side. Now together they start kicking Tiger's ass 6 ways to Sunday. There's really no way to say it. He's getting completely demolished. Now Hizashi takes full control of the fusion while Deku sits back and wonders something. If there are other quirks in One for All, then there has to be a way to unlock them. Some way, somehow, somewhere. Now all of a sudden, Izuku's head feels like it's being stabbed and he screams, "Duck." Now Hizashi, hearing this, ducks, and we're able to dodge one of Tiger's punches that apparently he had sneaked up on them. Now, I know for you manga readers, you know what just happened, but for those who don't know, I'm going to explain it to you. Deku has unknowingly unlocked one of the quirks inside One for All. Now, one thing, I don't want to hear anything about spoilers, alright, because I literally told you guys in the first 10 seconds that there would be spoilers. Anyway, so yes, Deku has unknowingly locked one of One for All's quirks called Danger Sense. Now, I have read the manga. I know that's not really how he gets it in canon, but again, this is my what if. So I just wanted him to find a way to get it, and I guess through a dangerous situation in which they would have probably gotten knocked out. I feel like that's a way. Now, I'm not sure if he won't unlock any more before the series is over, since this series, if I really stretch it, 2 more episodes. If I don't, 1 more episode, because I can really get everything in the next episode if I really stretch it. However, it'll probably be like half an hour long. Well, anyway, I'm going to end it off right here, guys. Next episode will be, I know for a fact, we'll start off with the villain invasion. And I know for a fact that we're at least going to get all the way through the All for One arc. Meaning that it's not going to end at least until the Hero Work Studies. Now, I might decide to end it there. And then the last one will be the Airy arc, is what I like to call it. Which is from the Hero Work Studies to win the the festival. Or, yeah. So anyway, talk to you guys soon. Anime E, signing off. Bye.